Hey, how's everyone doing today? Jaded here, and I'm here to talk about some things that I think Pocketpair should consider adding to Palworld. After having a super successful launch, over 8 million people have bought the game, plus all the people on Game Pass that we have not counted towards that. This game has been, an unwavering success and something that Pocketpair should, be proud of, but like also show the community that they're, they're planning on actually, continuing to support this game because they have kind of like a shoddy reputation with Craftopia. I personally love that game, but they did not, update it and um, keep all their promises with that game. I know there's some ongoing development, but I'm sure now most of their efforts is going towards Palworld for obvious reasons. But I think this time they can do it right. Clearly, they have the money. But my first thing is mounting. It can be kind of laggy, especially getting off. I think when you press F, it should just be you hop off the mount right away. When you click F, the mount should just come to you and pick you up. And maybe not instant, but like they should at least instantly start moving towards you because it's annoying and it's kind of clunky. I've found so far, so that's one thing that I think they can fix. Next is PAL box management. It's really annoying when you have a guy who's fractured or has an ulcer, and you sometimes you can't, like when you go up and press forward to them, you can't like actually edit them or feed them or pet them or do anything like that. So sometimes it would just be easier to be able to give the medicine directly to them through the PAL box, without bringing them into your party and then clicking on your inventory and then clicking on the medicine again to give it to them. Just be able to straight up click on them and then give them the medicine just to smooth things out. Be able to feed them from there. Favorite them. That's something that they really need, to add to the game. Just because there's different scenarios where you want to know where your pals are for fighting, maybe even different labels too. That would absolutely work. Have a fighter, a worker, traversal, pal. All these things will help you in your game. And then also one thing me and my friends have noticed when we played, because sometimes we'll put in pals into the bases to get them to start working, but we would like to know who caught them. You know what I mean? In case we want to use them for fighting or something like that. So that's just a minor thing that I think they can add. Um, and then obviously everybody knows that the work the work environment right now isn't the best. I think that's something that they can work on. I think being able to prioritize what the pals do at the time. Like if you go up to the crafting station or the assembly line and they're making pal spheres, there should be a button that you should be able to click immediately and have as many people come over there as possible. Another thing that'd be nice is actually physically taking the pals and giving them a priority too. So if they are a gatherer, logger, miner, what I mean, and a gardener, you can pick which order is the most important, or even if they want to go further in depth, being able to turn off certain features that might be a little overpowered and that might defeat the purpose of what their goal is. It seems like they want to have some pals that are really good for working and some are good, like they do a handyman, they do a little bit of everything, but they probably want the specialized people to be the best, so turning it off would probably defeat that purpose. But that's something that they're just gonna have to look out for the community and see what's the best thing. But one thing for sure is that they need to work on being able to just manage them a little bit better right now. Another thing, almost everything you can use out of your chest except for schematics, I've noticed, and that's just kind of nitpicky. But it would be like I have a chest with my guild and we have all of our schematics in there. We still have to go and grab them and get them out to use them, which isn't the end of the world. But I think if they're already letting you use thousands of pounds of stone and wood, at that point, just let us use schematics right out the chest. There's another thing that might be a little bit controversial. I think they need to trim down the size of the alpha pals. I think they're a little just too big right now. a little too big, a little annoying, especially when I work with them or even just, fighting with them. They can get in the way and just, they get stuck on everything, and it's just a lot. So I don't know, maybe lower it by 15, to 25%. If they want to still have a stark difference between the alpha pals and the regular pals, then maybe also lower the regular pals down by a little bit. I think some of them are a little too big. Maybe not the really small ones like chickpea, but I think they can tweak the size a little bit just to help them out, with pathing and all those things they want to work on. Speaking of like differences, Lucky Pals, they have this like sick glow to them when you first see them in the wild, and then that just goes away. And other than their size, you have no idea that they're lucky or like, whatever. They're supposed to be like the shiny variant. So, that could be something that they're working on, make it a different color, make it gold, make it diamond looking. I don't know. But, just, or even keep the glow. I think everybody would be happy with keeping the glow. But personally, I think I like the shiny color variant. Whatever. Another thing I think that they could add, obviously, is, obviously they're going to do this. They're going to expand the map. It seems like they're going to go around that big tree in the middle. Who knows what that'll do? Probably like the final boss. Who knows? And then hopefully in the future, they'll keep adding maps. But I think they need to add this map first and foremost. But of course, with these new areas, they could add underwater areas, and utilize, water type Pokemon that can swim, go underwater to, different areas. And of course, you can, make or craft like a breathalyzer, or, some type of thing to keep you able to breathe underwater. And it can access, we'll be able to access a lot of different, pals in there. And maybe have like almost like a jetpack thing to be able to like fly around underwater with, or a submarine, or, all those different things to just add to the world. And they can do the same thing with an above ground, like floating island. Of course, you could fly up there with your pals, but, maybe even add like a jetpack, like, an opposite way of flying in the air. I think that'd be pretty sweet. And then, of course, with this, they can add themed pals. I'm sure they have already thought of a bunch of new pals, but I think they need to, slowly expand the world, slowly get new pals. I don't think they need to rush out hundreds and hundreds of them. I think they got a good roster right now. And with time, it'll just keep getting better. And of course, a lot of people want better building. A lot of the customization features aren't really there that you'd expect in a survival game, but it's early access, and that's something that's not needed to have fun and have a good game, which they have. So this is just, this is easy to add. Better building, customizations, they can look to any other games just to be able to add more to your base and make it your own. The more options, the better. Just, make it so that you can make your base your own, essentially. And then last thing I was kind of missing out, I think, is like being able to build a relationship with your pal and, be rewarded for it. Your pal who loves you and you're loyal to them, they should want to work for you harder, or they should want to fight for you harder and get like bonuses, whether like attacks, attack, defense, HP, whatever, or work speed. I think that'd be another great one. Because, I'm always petting my pals. I'm always trying to take care of them. And I think I should be rewarded for that, because sometimes, what I mean? It's just like, it's just to keep the cog in the machine going. But I don't really think that, that's a long-term, idea or plan, that'll really work for the game. I think they really need to expand on the pals and give you a reason to want to work with them. And, increase your relationship with them. But I think at the end of the day, Palworld and Pocketpair are off to a great start. And I'm really excited to see what they're going to add in the future. If you could like and subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate that. And please leave a comment below about what you would like to see added to Palworld. Thanks, guys.